Yo, this is WSoul13 bringing you Raid Shadow Legends. And today, I just want to go through some of the events for Helicap and, check in with you guys, see how you guys have been doing. And I also wanted to touch really quick on Artifact Enhancement event, yo. So, it's so hard to put into words how good this update has been if you're a long-time player of Raid Shadow Legends. If you've been playing Raid for a while now, like basically before this month, you know how much of a freaking pain this thing is if you don't run any of the hacks, basically, to get your artifacts to upgrade faster on PC. So if you've been playing on PC without the hacks, or you've been playing on a mobile device like me, I play on a mobile device mostly. I don't have time these days to sit down on a PC and play games. Play on my phone, play anywhere, right? One of the big downsides is I could never do the efficient way to do artifact enhancement, which is kind of like you upgrade your 4-star gear unless to level 4 before you sell it, and then your 5 or 6-star gear you upgrade to level 8, then you sell it, right? So the reason why you do that is because if you can see right here, right, level 8 on 5-star gear is 7 points all in all. And then level 8 on your 6-star gear is, 13 points all in all. So it's like 20 points for one of each, which is pretty good in terms of the amount of silver you use to spend it. So you're going to be a little bit negative on your silver there, especially if it's like a low value item, like a lifesteal set, or like life or offense set, stuff like that. Yeah, it's gonna be negative silver, unlike the whatever, just going to level 4 instead of level 8. But you're only spending a little bit of silver there, literally like 30,000 to 70,000 silver to get your 13 points, to get your 7 points, right? And it piles up quick, yo. And the crazy part was I didn't even do the 4-star or less upgraded to 4 thing, because even if it is instant upgrade these days, it's still a lot of time before you can get that to work great. And I got the top reward of artifact enhancement, probably for the first time ever since I played Raid. So it's not really because I couldn't do it before. I just didn't want to put the time in, and now I was able to get this. I think, how much is silver did I spend? Maybe like 10 million silver, maybe 15 million silver to get to this top reward right here, which is great because you get 200 energy, an ancient shard, and a epic book, and I'm able to upgrade some of the artifacts that I've been putting off the upgrade. So maybe this is more like an artifact upgrade guide, right? So I've been meaning to do that for a while. This won't be like a comprehensive upgrade guide. It's just gonna be kind of like off the top of my head type of stuff, but I'm pretty sure you'll pick something up here. The crazy part was I'm doing Ice Golem right now, and I'm also trying to finish off as much as I can of the champ training event. I think I already got the rare, but for champ training events especially, I'm pretty motivated to get the top reward. The reason why is because even endgame players will always need food. There is a point in the game really where you don't need food anymore. Like I would be at that point, honestly, right now. I don't need food anymore as much. But since I'm doing content, I'll always need food, So for me, getting this Lego book at 11,000 points, I think it's a great deal. Also, I waited till today to go all out so I can double dip on Dungeon Divers. So I've had Ice Golem running today. I think I'm at the rare of the Ice Golem, and I'm just waiting on. So I'm hoping I'm hoping I'm gonna get this rare right before I get to 11,000 on that points for champ training. I mean, if I go under a little bit, I mean that's fine. It's not the end of the world for me. I still have a little bit of room to go on the Ice Golem tournament. So let's see what's up with the tournaments right now, and then we'll take a look at artifacts real quick. Like, how exactly do you manage your stash, right? So what are you looking for? What are you looking to upgrade? What kind of stats are you looking to have a double roll of, a triple roll, things like that? Okay, I got all these, and then Ice Golem tournament. I think I'm at the rare. Yeah, I got the rare. So now is also a good time to kind of level up those rares and get them to 40. Just get them ready, and then maybe even the epics. Honestly, there's not really much point to saving these epics for later. So like right now, look at that. Right, so I've just been waiting to get more silver, honestly, because I'm using brews to get these guys up to 40 after I get them to level 19. That's a different story, but yeah, I would probably level them up right now to try to double dip on that champ training event. Why not, right? So this is really why you're here. Why you're here is because you want to figure out, hey, I'm a new player in the game, or I've been playing the game a while, but I never could wrap my head around what kind of artifacts do you want to keep. And this is a very nuanced question, all right? And the answer might surprise you. So one of the first things you want to do is you want to use this filter button, and you want to get good at using this filter button. So this, I think, is the skill that separates the okay players in Raid to like the upper echelon players. This is one of the skills I think that will separate you. And the reason why is because this is an RPG. RPG is all about gear, yo. So if you've been playing any kind of RPG, gear is the most important question to answer. Like, what's itemization like? How do I get stats, you know? And this filter button is what gets you there, right? So first, you want to get rid of useless crap. So you want to do gloves, chest, boots, and you want to go HP flat, attack flat, def flat, and actually you can also include attack percentage here. So that's something the content creators will never tell you, because a lot of them use attack percentage gloves. I mean, not gloves, chest or boots, actually. Attack percentage, chest or boots. But the reality is most F2P low spenders only really need to keep maybe a couple of those. A couple of chests, a couple of boots. Preferably in speed set, preferably in perception set, but also in other things like offensive type sets like Savage set, or the Savage Plus set, I forgot the name. The one with extra crit rate on top of Savage. Of course, Cruel set, right? So other than those, there's really not much point to keep attack percentage, gloves, boots, or chest. Definitely something you want to sell right away. So if this is Artifact Enhancement event, like right now, I will do something like click on this, upgrade, right? And then take it at 8. So let's take a look at how much exactly silver do I spend here, right? So that is, how many silver? 50,000-ish, around 60,000 silver for 13 points, you know? So you're 600,000 silver. So let's multiply that by 10. You get 130 points for 600,000 silver. You double that up, so 1,000,000 silver will get you 200 points, you know? It adds up quick, is what I'm trying to say. And the crazy part is, it's not all lost because you haven't sold this yet. So I'm going to sell it right now. So how much is this going to sell for? 15,000, so it's like 45,000. So the math is actually closer, maybe like 40,000. If it's like a higher value set, it could be closer to 20,000, you know, and you just stretch that out. So 20,000 gets you 13 points, and then you multiply that. 200,000 gets you 130 points. Like 400,000 gets you 260 points, right? 1,000,000 gets you to a 1,000 points. So it's really, what I'm trying to say is that it's really, really, really good. I mean, it's not, let me rephrase that. It's not 1,000, but it's close to 1,000. It's like half. So it's like 600 points or something like that. But still, you know, math aside, pure math aside, it's a good idea to try to do that now because it's so fast. Like you said, you saw that, right? It took like 5 seconds. So I'm done with that part, so I don't need to do any of that. And I'm just gonna straight sell. So what are you looking for in terms of attack percentage, chest or boots? Gloves, not so much. But boots or chest, you're looking for speed. That's the first thing you need. The next thing you need is crit rate, right? So there are some builds where you don't need speed at all, which is fine. So crit rate, speed, they're kind of like tied. I guess you could say crit rate and speed are tied. If you can get the holy trinity of crit rate, speed, and crit damage, that would be the best. So these would be just automatically, you just sell these, right? So these are kind of useless. You don't need any of these at all. I mean, you could kind of like try to min-max and see, oh, which one is attack percentage? Like this one, attack percentage with crit rate. You know, maybe if you get a double roll on crit rate here, maybe this is a keep, you know, try to get some speed on that third or fourth roll. But in general, it's not worth it if it's not on an offensive set. Especially in my case, since I'm kind of like later into the game. Crit rate. So there are some exceptions to flat stats, alright? The other thing that content creators never tell you about, because a lot of them have a lot of gear. But if you're an F2P low spender, your gear level is going to be a lot lower. That's just the reality. And sometimes you will have to roll out flat stat items. So the most common flat stat items that get rolled out is speed sets, right? So I get a double roll on this chest. I get a 1-1 split on this attack percentage gloves, which is fine, you know. So these I don't want to sell, obviously, right? But there are other sets that you want to keep an eye out for, even with flat stats, to try to roll them out. So one of them is crit rate set, right? So you're looking for crit rate. All right? Nothing? That's fine, you know. What else? Why did I roll up this? This is probably an attack chest. Yeah, attack chest with death percentage. It's kind of like another rare thing with lifesteal set. There are some clan boss builds where you can use attack chest with some weird rolls like speed or whatever. But in general, it's not that useful. Right, so in general, these are not that useful. These sets that have an attack percentage on them, unless you get that perfect, like, speed crit, you know. That would be the only reason. Alright, so this would be a good one to try to see if you get attack percentage here. No, we did not. It's flat. So, that's fine. You can sell. So these are probably not flat, right? Yeah. So this is where... Alright, so let's cut that part off. So that's kind of like the F2P low spender version of that advice of the gloves chest, boots row. You go flat plus attack percentage is the F2P low spender advice here. Okay, so here is what I wanted you to see real quick. All right, we're gonna click equipped on there. All right, I want you to take a look at this piece that I have on my seer right now. Look at that. Look at that, bros. It is a flat HP boots without speed. But I could still roll this up to try to get speed, sure. But it rolled triple crit rate. Alright? And it's a divine set, which synergizes perfectly with Seer herself, because you want to rip buffs off, right? So there is actually flat stat items that deserve to get rolled up. One of those situations is speed. So any speed sets like this one, what's this one? Yeah, this one, the only reason I rolled this up all the way was because it had HP percentage, it had crit rate, so I didn't really mind anywhere it went. And I wanted to see how many speed rolls I could get on it, because it's a 6-star piece Unfortunately, I didn't get lucky, so I actually ended up putting it on a level 50 guy, which is, who is this? Jaime Lannister. What the hell is his name in this game? Romero? I think Romero, right? So him, I actually ended up using him in Faction Wars. Well, kind of useful, right? But really, the only reason why is you're trying to get some speed rolls. You're trying to get crit rate rolls on crit rate sets. So this is applicable for crit rate. This is applicable for Savage. Check out this Savage piece right there. Triple crit rate on a flat def Savage boots with crit damage. You know, so crit rate, crit damage. That's really good. If this had speed, this would be like a god item, even if it's a flat stat item, even if it's a 5-star item. You know, I mean, okay, maybe let me take that back. So maybe it's not a god item, but it's a really, really decent item. If this was 6-star, this would be a god item. You know, and that's the crazy part about this game. And because of the rampant like blanket advice people get. Which, you know, I don't blame people for following blanket advice. One, because mostly they work. That's just the reality. So if you follow blanket advice from content creators, you're like 90% good, 95% good, maybe even 99% good, you know. What I'm telling you as a free-to-play low spender, when you're trying to squeeze out that extra piece of value out of your account, you gotta have these tricks under your bag, you know. You have these, and it only needs to happen a few times in your account, maybe less than 5 times in your account for it to make a difference. This made a difference for me, because before I gave it to Dark Elaine right there, this used to be with Septimus, who I used for a 13-second build on my Spiders 20 team before, also in my budget unkillable as my slow boy, right? So it's like, it was really good. This piece of item got me so many accessories and extra shards at a time when those were coming at a premium, because I didn't have a unkillable comp outside of budget unkillable yet. I didn't have a Ultra Nightmare team yet, and also I wasn't farming Spiders 20 before I had this piece. So yeah, sometimes one piece can change your entire account. This is what I'm trying to tell you, all right? So you have to be on the lookout for these like gems of pieces, okay? So we've done, that's like an overview of the all-important percentage main stat items, which is your gloves, chest, and your boots. Let's go to crit damage, crit rate. Crit damage versus crit rate gloves, right? So in general, all right, in general, let's take equipped out first. That way it doesn't cloud your judgment. In general, crit damage is more useful than crit rate. I'll tell you this right now. Watch. Let's put crit rate on and let's click equip. Now look at how many of my guys have crit rate gloves on, right? So Maneater, this is for my budget unkillable, which is fine. Archmage Helmet, he uses it to trigger the stuns from his A2, I think. Skull Crusher, I did it because of Clan Boss. I needed more damage out of him, so that's how he gets his damage. This is for Ninja. I mean, Ninja crit rate gloves, not really the most optimal build. My Ninja is not built optimally because I used him more as a budget kind of like build when he was first released. There's not a lot of incentive for me as a F2P low spender content creator to use Ninja, because the reality is that most of the players that are watching me right now don't have Ninja because they started this year, which is fine, you know, perfectly fine. You get Deliana, maybe you got Alexander, but most importantly, you have a chance to fuse Helicath, which in a lot of ways is better than Ninja, you know. Astrolon is like a level 50 guy that is a filler in some of my Faction Wars teams with Forge, trying to get faster runs. I think I gave this to a level 50 Cold Heart. I think so. I think this is for a level 50 Cold Heart right here. And then, what is this? This one is a regen set crit rate that I gave to a level 50, I forgot his name, but it's for the Night Rev faction when I was trying to break Faction Wars. And then I have crit rate here for Mountain King, who I use for 3v3. And then, of course, you want crit rate sometimes on an Armiger, on Destroy set, you know. These are kind of like, they're okay, but not really that important. And then I have crit rate here for Dagger, who I use for all rare secret rooms. Alright. So those are kind of like not very exciting, not very game-changing pieces to have, to be honest. But check out these crit damage gloves, yo. Crit damage gloves is where it's at in terms of like scaling up your damage, right? So, of course, I have it on Dark Elaine. Triple crit rate on this one, yo. That's a good one. But it's an offset, so that's the only reason why it's any good there. This one is I just wanted to put some damage on that. It's a clan boss. It's more like a Faction Wars type guy. This one is also a Faction Wars guy. What's his name? Faceless, I think. So you use him to kill the Valks in stage 21 for Night Revenant. But there are some relevant ones, right, that I use still today. So one of them is, who is this guy? Candrafon. So Candy I use in 3v3 arena. So you do want him to deal damage there, right? So it's in crit damage set with crit damage main stat, crit rate substat. Fortunately, they get the right rolls, but I figured it out with other pieces. Draco, this is one of the first builds I did with crit damage gloves. And the reason why I picked this one from accuracy set was because Draco needed accuracy as well. So he's one of those weird characters in Raid that you need crit damage and accuracy on to be really, really good, for especially for something like Clan Boss, right? So, you know, this was how I did it. My budget unkillable had Kreela in it, so I only had to go to 70% crit rate. So this fit perfectly. And then Iron Brago, who I still use right now on my Clan Boss teams. At the same time, Fane, you know. So this one has crit rate, it's a 5-star gear. This one is crit. This one also has crit rate, also has speed. Right, so I am missing out on the extra defense on Iron Brago right here. So this one could be defense gloves, percentage gloves. I think, depending on the type of team you want to build, it's fine. I like crit damage on him. Just deals a lot more damage, and then useful also for Faction Wars. Also useful for Hydra Boss, you know. Yeah, so that's a quick little overview of what to look out for the bottom row sets, right? So bottom row items, which is the gloves, chest, and boots. Speed boots, you're not going to be wearing them as much, right? So a lot of the people you're going to have speed boots on are kind of like people that really need speed, like Arbiter, Umbral, who I use in Arena, your Haikatun before you get Arbiter, Lady Kimi, because I need to hit a specific speed with her, right, in hard Doom Tower, stuff like that. Maneater for budget unkillable, Painkeeper also in budget unkillable, stuff like that. But the more you progress in the game, the more you're going to want boots with HP percentage, attack percentage, or def percentage. And most preferably with speed, but being on speed set gives you a little bit of a hack because it already has speed on it. So let's say this one, it's an attack percentage boots with speed set on it, you know. So this lets my Archmage Helmet do a little bit more damage. This one I think is probably defense percentage, yeah, because I had my War Maiden kind of built hybrid for a Clan Boss and Dungeon. You know, this is more for like content creator purposes, stuff like that. I think my higher end ones of that has got to be the one I have on Iron Brago. Let's take a look. That's percentage equipped. Do I not have defense percentage on for Iron Brago or what? Oh, I do. It's a perception set. Nice. Well, this one's a really good one. It's got crit rate, 2 HP rolls, accuracy. All right. Great, right? So, you already know what makes boots good, what makes gloves good. For chess, the thing you have to remember with chess is sometimes you do want resist. There are a few reasons to have resist on your chest. One of them would be for who did I have resist on? Not Candy. I think this is kind of like a unadvertised way to build Spirit Host. But I'm trying to build this team with Spirit Host, Drexstar, and Syl to be able to beat higher levels of Celestial Griffin. And it's very important that Spirit Host has resistance on her. So she avoids the stun, she avoids the decreased healing, stuff like that. And the extra debuffs. Also for Nether Spider. So this one I think can beat Nether Spider pretty easily. The top tier of Nether Spider, you can beat it with that same trio. So yeah, this is kind of like one of those niche purposes. Another one would be Burgess, you know. But in general, you probably want resist on the banner. So it's a very, very niche type thing to want to have resist on your chest. The other one that you may want to have is accuracy on your chest. So there are some instances where accuracy on your chest could be a thing. Like hard Doom Tower, Lady Kimmy, you know, maybe that is a thing. One of them also would be to get accuracy into champs that normally you wouldn't have their accuracy up because you want speed or you want crit damage on them or crit rate. So one of them is Haikatun. I want to have speed on her. At the same time, I want accuracy, so I put an accuracy chest on. Umbral, you want as much accuracy as you can if you're using it for arena. So accuracy chest might be a thing for that one. Things like, I'm not sure if that's actually the right rearguard sergeant, to be honest. But things like, even like a bellower, who people would probably prefer HP percentage chest to have on. But once you start using it for higher Doom Tower, it's a lot harder to get those accuracy rolls and speed rolls at the same time, right? This would be one way to bridge the gap. You know, earlier in the game as well, if you don't have a accuracy banner, that could be one way around it. So now finally, oh shoot, I took my face off. It's not a big deal. We're done. I'm probably gonna cut us off here anyway. Finally, we're gonna do the substats. So in substats, you want to do speed, crit, accuracy. So to me, these items are the best items to roll up, right? And I only have 3 that I haven't equipped yet. So let's see what kind of rolls I got. Triple accuracy there, double crit damage, not that great. Accuracy and crit rate, not really that great in terms of rolls. Let's see if I have any on. So this one is a rare item that ended up with that Magic 4. This one is for Royal Guard. This is a really good piece right here. Right, so I get crit rate and crit damage, accuracy and speed, which are all good to have on a Royal Guard. Not so much here for Skull Crusher. I may actually have to swap this out for a death percentage chest at some point if I'm going to use Skull Crusher again. So I'm not really using Skull Crusher anymore. Another one is something like Inquisitor Shamel. He doesn't really need accuracy to land any of his stuff. Demithus, the same thing. So these are things I can swap out for other characters that may want these exact items at that exact set, you know. Immortal is always good to have. So, you know, having this kind of setup on something like a Seal of the Drakes is a good thing to have. I had it on a Hotatsu when I finished Faction Wars 21 for Shadowkin. You know, things like that I think really make a difference. And, you know, while it does make a difference, it's not that important. Like, these are kind of like filler stats to have, which is crazy because a lot of people consider this as kind of like the best of the best rolls you can get. But the reality is, sometimes you only need speed, crit, crit. Sometimes you only need crit, crit, accuracy. You know, sometimes you only need speed, crit, and accuracy, right? And sometimes you only need crit, 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 speed, crit, crit, accuracy, right? Sometimes you only need just plain old crit, crit. Why does it keep doing that? Anyways, so this is another thing I like to do. This is the last tip I'll give you guys. Another thing I like to do is I like to do crit, crit on the filter, and I want to go straight to cruel gear. Now the reason why is because at some point you are going to use cruel gear to get the most damage out of your champs. And just having as many 6-star or 5-star legendary pieces you have with as many crit, crit rolls you can get. So this one has accuracy, which is kind of like niche, very niche. This one is speed, which is also very niche. I have some good ones though. This one is a decent one. It's crit rate, crit damage, triple crit rate roll. So, you know, it's not 6-star, which is unfortunate, but it's something. This one I would probably sell this one because it rolled a flat. So that will be one thing you want to get rid of, right? Once you go through your stuff later on. Attack percentage, you know, I'm not super eager on selling it, but it's an okay keep, not a great keep. Triple crit damage right here, that's not bad. On an attack percentage chest, this one is another good one. It's a triple crit rate. It's a 5-star piece though, unfortunately. So it's very hard to stockpile a lot of 6-star cruel gear if you're not farming Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. So that's kind of like just the reality of the stuff I wanted to talk with you guys about with artifacts in general, and the new ways that we can get through artifact enhancement events. So hopefully your fusion is going well for you, and then I'll see you guys this Friday when we see the